her or is it the couple?
Just get on with it already if you're Travis Kelce. Let's go ahead and admit this is the farewell tour. You're kind of talking out of both sides of your mouth.
I don't find it to be a distraction for him as much as what I think the celebrity was a distraction for him.
Let's stop playing games with what you're really all about right now.
I understand the global attention that Taylor Swift provides. Yes, Chad, we've got plenty to get to on this Thursday edition, for sure.
Yes, we do.
It's Hot Mic presented by PrizePicks. This episode and many more. And we love PrizePicks. Preseason football's underway, and college football's here. Don't miss any of the action this season on PrizePicks. PrizePicks, simple to play. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money. PrizePicks is the best way to win real money this football season. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money on PrizePicks. Chad, we've got our picks coming up in a minute or so.
Hutton, you know what's fun? Sports. You know what's also fun? PrizePicks.
Yeah.
Best interface I've ever seen on the app. When you go in and the visuals of the player pictures and the logos and everything else that goes with it. Incredible to look at the interface there at PrizePicks. So much fun to make your picks. You could make a pick like maybe you think Aaron Rodgers is in for a bounce-back season with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can pick more or less 23.5 passing touchdowns this season on Aaron Rodgers. That's one of the season picks you can make right now.
More,
Hutton.
not less.
And you could always make more. And teaser, we'll give our picks later. We like more.
We like more.
More. You
can join us.
That's what we're about.
Download the PrizePicks app today. And when you do, use the code HOTMIC, HOTMIC. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code HOTMIC to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. HOTMIC is your code on the PrizePicks app. PrizePicks, run your game. Well, the New Heights podcast was running the internet. That broke the internet. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Chad, you know where I don't get it. Like, I'm looking at the articles that are out off of the podcast, the New Heights podcast, and I understand the global attention that Taylor Swift provides. Mm-hmm. But when I'm reading articles that are recapping the 7 biggest storylines out of the New Heights podcast with Taylor Swift, and it's there's really not that much to it. Did you sit through 2 hours of it?
I did not. I didn't quite make it 2 hours. I have seen about
I've seen clips.
12 minutes worth of clips, maybe. Okay. I think of the 2 hours. It's also at 9.8 million views on YouTube alone right now. I am just blown away all the time by the reach of Taylor Swift and anything that she does. I don't know that she's ever done a podcast. She doesn't do a ton of interviews. So if she does something like this, it is an event for her fans and people everywhere. So I get all of that with Taylor Swift. 9.8 million views.
Oh.
I will say, like, Taylor Swift does annoy me a lot of times, but if you put her in the right setting with likable people, she's fine. I was not annoyed in the clips that I saw or heard. Like, I got no big issues with anything she said. It also wasn't like I was enthralled with every word she was saying. But I thought overall, like, I don't have any hot takes about what she said on the New Heights podcast, other than to say I thought she was likable and fine, and it's got 9.8 million views on YouTube.
Well, is it her or is it the couple that's intriguing?
So I think it's the biggest power couple that we've maybe ever seen in entertainment. I mean, I know J.Lo and Ben Affleck were big. I mean, you could go down the list of super couples, but Taylor Swift at this time in the world, what Taylor Swift's name means for a global branding perspective.
Sure.
And what the NFL means in terms of popularity as not just the most popular sport in the U.S., but far and away the most popular sport in the U.S., far and away the most popular league, a league that's getting global recognition also.
Okay.
And then you add the element of the other half of this couple is Travis Kelce, who's on the current dynasty in that league. I can't think of a more impactful and powerful entertainment couple in history than those two. But that kind of gets to what I want to go with this, Hutton, and that's the football side of this with Travis Kelce. Just get on with it already. If you're Travis Kelce, he's doing interviews with GQ where he's admitting that I have not been fully focused on football. I have been distracted. I've been looking out for what's next. I've been getting acting gigs. Obviously, he's in a relationship with Taylor Swift. And he's admitted that there's a dip in production due to his interest in Hollywood. I love that honesty. I mean, everybody kind of knows it, but I love the honesty that he can admit that publicly and state it. He admits it publicly and tells everyone this at the same time that he's doing this oddball photo shoot for GQ magazine that's very cringeworthy when I go and look at the photos. So you're kind of talking out of both sides of your mouth about I'm going to recommit to my teammates in this game because I know what it takes to be successful. Okay, that's great. But also, you're doing it at a time when you're doing interviews for GQ. Look, he does the New Heights podcast no matter what. So him sitting with Taylor Swift, his girlfriend, next to him, that's not really an added distraction to me. That's just what he would have done that week regardless, is record a podcast. So I'm not really adding that to the list. But you're a part of a popular podcast also. You're not going to turn down acting gigs. Happy Gilmore 3 may be calling if you're Travis Kelce. Just get on with it. Let's go ahead and admit this is the farewell tour. This is it. This is not Taylor Swift's farewell tour. She'll have more tours. The Eras Tour was not it for her. This is the Travis Kelce NFL player farewell tour. And let's admit it. Let's get it out of the way. If you recommit for one more year in an effort to go out on top and win another Super Bowl, that's cool. I think that's a story that Chiefs fans will love. I don't think that anybody else is going to buy into that story nationally other than Chiefs fans. They'd rather see the Buffalo Bills break through or the Detroit Lions. But that's a cool story for Travis Kelce to end his career on if he does that, Hutton. But let's stop playing games with what you're really all about right now.
So this normally really irritates me, as you know. Mm-hmm. I'm not really that bothered by what he's done this offseason and what he's saying because I don't think it contradicts one another because this is a league where they have what I call Project Runway. They're doing a damn fashion shoot, going to the team plane, getting ready for the game the next day as they walk on the charter. Like they're picking out what they're going to wear every week. The biggest stars and celebrities are doing photo shoots and magazine covers. That's the off season's the off season. The New Heights podcast is no different than what Taylor Lewan was doing with Bussin' with the Boys, for instance. Like, I don't find it to be a distraction for him as much as what I think the celebrity was a distraction for him. Think about going from just Travis Kelce with the Kansas City Chiefs, where Patrick Mahomes is the most famous player, to Travis Kelce, the most well-known global NFL player based on Google searches. Like, it's a huge jump, even though he's very well known to begin with. That and then the tour that he's traveling to and doing all these things, and everyone's discussing whether or not she's going to be at the game. There is some getting used to that lifestyle. If they're going to a restaurant, they clear out the restaurant. Like, he doesn't have to do that in his normal life, even though he's Travis Kelce going to a barbecue joint in Kansas City.
Yeah.
So, that is the jarring aspect that I think takes a bit of getting used to. I said last year I thought he was going to retire after last year. The reason why I wouldn't be bothered by it if I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan is this: he wasn't saying this to accompany what he was doing last offseason. Now he's saying he's locked in. He's hired a speed and agility coach. He has committed fully, and he did this right after the loss of the Super Bowl, to the Kansas City Chiefs 2025. There was a lot of I won't say like diehard, like confirmed info that he was going to retire. I just thought he's not really confirming or denying anything. He's out. Well, now he's saying he's in for next season. And the fact that he's locked in for the season, coming off a year where he had less than 100 catches, only 3 touchdowns for Travis Kelce. I mean, we all play fantasy football. We know what we're talking about here. He wasn't good. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think he's kind of learned how to balance what he didn't know last year at this time. And when you go from being the tight end who's very popular with Patrick Mahomes, the face of the NFL, to being Travis Kelce. Oh, by the way, Patrick Mahomes plays with him. That's kind of what happened. And I don't know how I would handle it. It would be very, very different. And everyone's wanting the interview. They broke. How many million were on there whenever they sent
it was like 1.7 million live, 1.3 maybe.
But see,
that broke it down.
That surprises me a lot.
They're at 9.8 million on YouTube since it aired.
But 1.7 surprises me that it only took that number.
Yeah.
Yeah, is my mic out?
Mine just went out too. Now it's back. Okay. There we go.
Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you.
Okay.
No. I'll take it. I'll take it, guys. I got it from here.
I fixed it.
Yeah, there we go. So, Hutton, I think that.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I think that every athlete wants to be a rock star. Every rock star wants to be an athlete.
Yeah.
Right? So this is just the perfect
I agree with
marriage of the two. And I think Taylor Swift loves the athletic part of this. I mean, she wasn't a huge sports fan going in, but I'm hearing her talk football on this, and at least she can say cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, cover 0. I know the different coverages now.
Listen to her.
So, she loves it. Like, the energy of a football game, being there, you can tell she's into it. And certainly, I mean, Travis Kelce's talked about seeing her in her element on tour.
Yeah.
And how intoxicating it is. I think there's a certain adrenaline rush
with
both sides that they want the other one.
Now,
like if you're Taylor Swift, you want to know the thrill of catching a touchdown pass in Arrowhead Stadium, right? And if you're Travis Kelce or any athlete, you want to know what it's like to walk out on stage and feel that energy or feel what it's like for 80,000 people to sing your song with you.
Yeah.
Right? I just there's a natural level of mutual intoxication between the two that I completely get. I just, from an NFL football team perspective, what are we doing here? Like, let's get it out of the way. This is it.
This is the year.
There's no way that, I'm going to recommit. I know that I'm in my mid-30s now, but I'm going to recommit in the midst of all this hoopla, and I'm going to commit to 2 to 3 more years with the Kansas City Chiefs playing at a high level. No, this is it. You're gearing up for one more run.
And
you had a bad taste in your mouth the way you got beat in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. I love it. You're driven now to come back for one more try. I just wish he'd go ahead and admit that. This is it.
Well, and
this is it for Travis
He's
Kelce.
also 35.
Right.
That's the other part of it. Here's Taylor Swift basically saying spider 2 white banana.
We're talking about cover 2, cover 4, cover 0, cover. We're talking. We're learning. I continue to learn.
Maybe somebody else that even knows what those coverages are.
Yeah, I'm not ready to be an analyst right now. Give me 16 months.
You're going to pick up on it. I'm telling you.
She would need 16 minutes to be in a booth on week one of a broadcast.
She could go into any booth on any broadcast. I mean,
I'm Jim Nantz with Taylor Swift.
Fox,
you're looking live.
Fox had no problem replacing Greg Olsen with Tom Brady.
Right. Yeah.
I think Fox would also have no problem replacing Tom Brady with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
If Taylor Swift's like, I want to be the number 1 crew with Kevin Burkhardt every week. Sorry, Tom, we'll give you a buyout, but we're bringing Taylor Swift in the booth because she's going to bring it every single time.
A matchup for the ages. It's Manning and Brady. And
16
here's Taylor
months
Swift to break this down.
I think she's just completely ad-libbing there. 16 months is a very random amount of time to throw out.
60, yeah.
What's them? Is it 20,000 reps? That whole thing about Malcolm
16,
Gladwell, all the reps you need is something to become a master of it or whatever that number is. Can she get there in 16 months?
It is a very weird number to throw out.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's so random that I feel like she actually has done the research on it. And she knows that if you gave me 16 months, I could be as good as Mina Kimes, let's say, as a football analyst.
Well, the 16 months
would it take 16 months to get as good as Mina Kimes?
Wouldn't it be 16 months would be around the time ESPN has their first Super Bowl?
It's true.
Just throwing that out there.
She's the new Dennis Miller. Bringing someone from entertainment to be the third analyst.
She's the next Big Game Beth.
You know that the light's the brightest when Big Game Beth is there and Big Game T-Swift.
Oh, man. We got some, I was going to say big games coming up for the preseason. I take this for what it's worth.
By the way, Beth Mowins is probably on my bucket list of interviews for this show. Just to get her on. And I just want to explain the Big Game Beth mantra to her.
Yeah. I bet Big Game Beth has got one of these games that we are.
Do you think she'd have a good sense of humor about
it? PrizePicks. No.
I don't think she would either.
No, I don't.
I think it'd be very awkward.
No. She's It would be awkward, but
I got to get with ESPN PR as to why I was put on this misogynistic
glorious
podcast.
Chad, PrizePicks, my 2-pick power play.
Nothing says 11 a.m. in Evanston, Illinois than Beth
Game
Beth. Nothing says overcast and 48 in the morning than the voice of Beth Mowens.
Nothing says preseason than the quarterbacks that are taking over and grabbing more for PrizePicks. I'm putting 20 to pay 40 on the 2-pick power play for preseason week number 2 coming up. Give me more on the passing yards for Easton Stick in Atlanta against the Titans secondary that isn't good right now. I say that because they don't have depth defensively. They're really bad defensively, depth-wise. Easton Stick will be taking on that team. And Malik Willis, he's going to be playing plenty of reps, 88 yards. Give me more. I think he lets it loose because we've seen him do that within this offense. And week number 2, they tend to open up the playbook a bit more. More and more on those 2 QBs.
I like it. Week 2 is a good time to level up with some of the starters for teams. I'm hoping that's the strategy.
I used code Hot Mic, by the way, when I did this.
Use the code Hot Mic, which is spelled
HOTMIC.
HOTMIC. Get it right every time. I'm going more also, Hutton. This is a show mantra with my picks. I'm going more with Cam Ward.
Okay.
I'm going over 72.5 passing yards. I need to do a little bit more reading on just how many series he's going to play in this second game.
It's 2 or 3.
I feel like the last series he played against Tampa, where they had the touchdown drive, that may have sparked a little something. He's going to see some backups. I like him going over 72 yards.
It's 2 or 3 series that I'm aware of right now as we sit here today.
Ashton Jeanty was not productive.
Here we go.
In his first game.
I love this one.
I think he had like 5 carries for 3 yards or something like that. He was at 7 yards and had a minus 4-yard carry.
Yeah.
He's going to go over 24.5 in this one. There's going to be a bounce back for Ashton Jeanty. He's going to get some run for the Raiders. Give me more and more on Cam Ward and Ashton Jeanty.
So you're saying Jeanty's going to have a preseason performance where everyone's going to react as if he's the number 1 pick in fantasy football?
It's going to shoot up the boards on fantasy football running backs, yes.
PrizePicks is simple to play. You pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections. And use the code Hot Mic when you do that. Download the PrizePicks app today. And when you do, code Hot Mic, you get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Hot Mic to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. HOTMIC, PrizePicks, run your game.